What is up, guys? This is the Average Johnny coming back to you with yet another average video, and today I am here to discuss something that a lot of you guys have surprisingly been requesting. It is something that I didn't really expect, but as soon as you guys started talking about it, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? This is actually a very fantastic idea. We already know that the Simpsons Hit and Run is a game that sits well in our childhood memories, and it just has all these fun qualities to it, like the missions, the side quests, the races, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. But I have never mentioned the music, and that is a total crime, so I have to give it its recognition today. We're gonna look back at what made the Simpsons Hit and Run so much more enjoyable, with soundtracks that actually match the theme of what we're playing, or just suddenly fit the tone very well. And today I have to discuss it. So here it is once again: the Simpsons Hit and Run tracks, top 15. Number 15 is going to be the theme from Fox Nergily. Now this one is actually going to contradict my whole idea of fitting the tone, because in this one it's actually a soundtrack that you hear twice, and they're both involved in races for the comic book guy, in which he's just going for his comic book guy things, like literally just going to the Java server to review something and then going on to get the newest issue of a certain comic book. Yet it has this really dramatic music, as if you're being chased by a shark, or if something else like urgent is happening. And I guess it's funny because it kind of does suit the point of view of the comic book guy, saying this is a big deal. So I always did kind of find this kind of hilarious, and I also do just like the entire like dramatic sting that this music has. That's why I will be including it in this list. Number 14 is going to be the disco theme from King and Kodo Strike Back. This is actually from the last mission in level 6 from Bart's secondary missions. And this one is just very catchy because it has like this little mixture of disco in it, and at the same time it sounds a little bit mysterious. I kind of always enjoyed it. This is when you're racing the aliens to the Duff Brewery, and while it is a very short lasting theme, it actually has stuck to me for some reason. I think I just really liked how it started off, and it just came off as catchy to me. Like I said, I kind of like the mixture of disco and a little bit of mysterious, along with a touch of the Simpsons theme song. So very catchy tune. I like it. Number 14. Number 13 is going to be Cletus' soundtrack from every mission he's ever been in. Now you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that banjo that goes harder than anything you've ever heard in your life. Now, it can go one way or the other. You either like this soundtrack or you don't. For me, it gets annoying to me when I'm repeating missions over and over. However, when I'm just simply enjoying a mission involving Cletus, I think it fits perfectly well, because every mission involving him is all about recklessness and a bunch of crashing and all this crazy stuff, and this is exactly what that music is telling you about the missions. So I think it fits perfectly well, and on top of that, it does get kind of catchy after a while. I just appreciate how fast that banjo really went. So number 13 has to go to Cletus. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already having a tough time ranking these, but I'm gonna try to keep going. Number 12, it's Ketchup Logic from level 4. Now if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the mission where you actually tag along with Cletus, and you don't hear banjo music, but you hear this nice soothing music that while you collect packets. And I don't know why I really like it so much. I guess it's because it really does fit the whole theme of nighttime, which is what we're seeing in this March level. And it also suits the idea that while we are having a nice little cruise around just collecting ketchup packets, we are also on a mission to find out what happened to Bart. So like what I'm saying is, it's very soothing, yet it still keeps the idea that we're on a mission. And I really like that because it sounds really sneaky, but it sounds really nice and relaxing. So I had to give it a place on this list. It just really sat with me in my memories. So yeah, that's number 12. Next up on number 11, it is going to be Hall's Balls from level 6 from the side mission Milking the Pigs. That kind of rhymed, didn't it? Well, first of all, it's a hilarious title for a song, but at the same time, it's a very catchy and enjoyable one, because first of all, we all like heavy guitar riffs, but at the same time, okay, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of didn't like how a lot of those songs sounded extremely similar, but I did like that this one really stood out because the tune was very different, and of course what made it stand out was the bells that we heard. It was very reminiscent for me of the song For Whom the Bells Toll by Metallica, and I really did enjoy that. But at the same time, it always just carries on that tone of let's get some shit done. Let's destroy Chief Wiggum's car and let's just roll out. I freaking enjoyed that, so it earns a spot on this list. Number 10, it is going to be this little Piggy from Apu's missions in level 5. Now, regarding an earlier statement where I said I don't really like how some songs sound very similar, the same thing can be said for Apu's soundtrack in level 5. However, they do have factors that make them distinguishable from one another, and that's what I really love about this one. It's really distinguishable because, first of all, they're all intense. They're all very intense. They're very fast-paced. It makes you feel like you're causing chaos whenever you're driving in Springfield, no matter what you're doing. However, I do love that they add these additional instruments that make it seem even crazier, and I've always just loved that, and it always just stuck with me, so I had to give it a spot on this list. Number 9, you all can recognize this one. This is going to be the hit and run theme song from When You Get a Hit and Run. Now, this happens anytime that the cops chase you, and what you're going to hear is a mixture of funk, a little bit of jazz, and then a little bit of the original Simpsons theme song. Now, what I really like about it is just how, like, of course it is a little fast-paced. It does kind of give you a little feeling of urgency, like, yeah, I need to get out of here. And it's just kind of funny at the same time, but I've always really liked it. And I know many of you love it as well, but at the same time, we all hate it because, of course, nobody wants a hit and run. However, it is one of the most memorable music in this game. Anybody can recognize it. It gets a spot on the list. Simple as that. Number 8, it is the soundtrack from Mo Stole My Pills in Level 4. Now, this one, it can sound a little bit similar to what I said earlier about the other soundtrack from Level 4. It's very soothing. It suits the nighttime. However, what I really liked about it is how fast-paced it was, how mysterious and sneaky it is, because we're trying to find out what's going on with that black car that's dropping all the pills, and we just kind of don't know what's going on that. And I just really love how this kind of sets the tone for that. However, there is a part where you can hear what sounds like a friggin' monkey beatboxing. I always found that to be hilarious and amusing, but other than that, I just thought it was a very catchy tune. I just love the soundtrack from Level 4 altogether. It really did set the tone for the nighttime, and I gotta give it credit where credit is due. It was really good, and this one gets a spot at number 8. Number 7 is another mysterious, sneaky one. It is Blind Big Brother. Now, in this soundtrack, this is a mission where Homer is at his workstation and he has to destroy these little devices. However, what I really liked about this one, other than the fact that it was very sneaky, is just how different it was from the rest of the missions that we were seeing. Usually we hear this like cheery music, sometimes a touch of intensity, but for the most part it was cheery, happy tone, sunny day, you know? But as soon as I hear this, and we're inside the power plant where it's a bit more darker, we just get this sudden change in tone and feeling, and I really like that, and this music really just set the tone for that. And of course, when I hear this, all I can hear is Homer roasting the hell out of those devices he was destroying. So another memorable tune, it comes in at number 7. And speaking of Level 1, coming in at number 6, it is going to be Homer's Day from, of course, Level 1. And what I really love about it is how cheery it is. Of course, it just spells out sunny day without even saying a damn word. And what I really like about it is when I look back at it, it just reminds you of how innocent and easy everything was before everything just turned hectic later on in this game. It's a very simple piece of music, but I really appreciate it for what it is, and you just can't, skip out on it. So it easily takes a spot on this list. We are almost done, you guys. Number 5, it is Incriminating Caffeine from Level 5. Now, what I really liked about this is, once again, I'm going to talk about how Apu's soundtrack is just really, really great. And even though they do sound a little similar, they do have their own distinguishable factors in each of their tracks. This one is no different. What I really liked about it is how dramatic it sounds. It gives you that sting, gives you that feeling of urgency. And at the same time, it just has this mixture of a lot of beautiful instruments. We have a little bit of sitar, and we got this nice vocals. I don't know who this mystery singer is, but she sounded beautiful, man. I really loved it. They have these little pauses, different little build-ups, and it's just insane all around. I really love it. It's very memorable, and it is going to be very high on this list at a very high number 5. Number 4 is another easily recognizable one. My goodness, dude. It was hilarious, it was catchy, it was traumatizing. It's the soundtrack from Monkey See, Monkey Do. Now, this one we hear twice, and sadly we have to hear them in the missions that people consider to be one of the most difficult in the entire game. Now, what I really liked about it is how it really stands out from the rest of the soundtrack. We're hearing this conga music that we were not expecting to hear. Like, I would have never expected to hear this until these missions came about. Monkey See, Monkey Do was one of the toughest missions for me, and hearing this music just got me angry and riled up, and it caused me to hate it for a while. However, when you're looking back at it, it's super catchy. Like I said, it stands out from the rest of the soundtrack, and you gotta give it its credit, man. It's one of the best tracks of this game, hands down. Number 3, it's gonna be Sellouts. I don't know why I love this theme so much, but there was just so many things about it that was just so appealing to me. Of course, it's catchy, it's very unique, it sounds different from the rest of the soundtrack, but at the same time we're hearing all these crazy things. For once, it sounds like someone is stalking you, watching you, following you around, and then in another instant we're hearing UFOs in the soundtrack. Next thing you know, I'm hearing this instrumental when it sounds like a freaking clown is about to approach me and kill me. So this kind of track is kind of everywhere, and I really loved it. I loved that it was very suspenseful, it was very intense, and it just kind of suited the whole mysterious tone of us destroying those mysterious cars, and I just really liked it after that. So if you ever ask me about the Simpsons soundtrack, I will always bring this one up. So Sellouts, great theme. Coming in at second best, it is the Halloween theme from level 7. This theme song completely sets the tone for the rest of the level, and I thought it was freaking amazing. When I hear this, I immediately think fast paced. That is immediately what we got. We got a low time mission, and it was just freaking all chaos from there. And of course, we're just seeing this entire world of zombies and death and tombstones and dead trees and witches. It just completely set the tone for what we were about to see, and I thought it was one of the best ways to set up this entire level. And on top of that, I just really liked how it sounded. It sounded super catchy, and it had, like, once again, I just love hearing all those different instruments hit, the different paces that it changes to, and it just turns a lot more dramatic eventually. So definitely one of the greatest soundtracks in this entire game. I freaking loved it. It takes the number 2 spot. I hope all of you can agree with me on this number 1 pick, because I'm not taking it back no matter what. It is legitimate business from level 2 and 5. Now this little piece of music you hear when you enter the area where Moe's is at in level 2 and 5, and of course you get this weird hip-hop beat that you would not expect to hear anywhere else, and it's so freaking soothing and relaxing. Like, you literally feel like all your problems just went away just hearing this. And I'm just like, what the hell is this? Is this the right game? But after that, I honestly don't question it, because it's honestly one of the best tracks in this entire game. Definitely the most memorable for me. I'm always going to remember this for how weird it was for me to hear this. I was like, why is this in this game, and how does it really fit? It's totally different from any other piece of music that you hear in this game. However, it's probably the best freaking tune in this game for me. So I cannot say anything more after that. It's an amazing tune. If any of you ever want to hop on this beat and do a whole rap on it, let me know about it, because I'm down to hear it. But number 1 spot, definitely deserving. So that was it. That was my first ever top 15, and probably my last one for a while. This is actually pretty exhausting, I gotta say. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If there was something that you guys kind of disagreed with me on, or if there's anything that you thought was missing from the list, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to neglect whatever you comment. I'm just totally kidding, you guys. But do comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And hopefully you guys will have a great day, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Take care.